Yo, Fears audience. Welcome back to the Fears podcast. I'm your host, John Fears. Cheers with Fears. You gotta love coffee. 2 sugars, 1 cream. If you don't have cream, then just a touch of milk. What's going on, guys? It's Fears. How we doing? Well, today we got a hell of a show for you. I have to do this week's podcast a little early in the week. I usually do them on a Friday or a Saturday or on the weekends, but I'm going to be busy all weekend. So, but I'll get to that in just a second. So I thought I would do it during the middle of the week. So I've got a couple of updates, a couple of topics, and then we can talk whatever you guys want to talk about once I'm done. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. And let's start off with the good old updates. So first update, me and Sam are going to be hanging out this Sunday. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to, I know for one thing, so Fears is a little bit older than Sam. Sam is about to turn 25, I believe. Fears is 38. But I appreciate Sam's intelligence. So I'm trying to find a better job. Not that I don't like my job. I just would like to find a better job. So I said, hey, Sam, I would really appreciate your wisdom if you could help me update my resume. Because I usually, the only way I update my resume is just adding more experience. So I hadn't added my new experience, and so I just added that on there. But I was like, if there's another way to write a new resume or polish up my old resume. And so I asked Sam for help, and he was like, Fears, I'd be more than happy to help you. And I was like, great. So I know for a fact he's going to help me with my resume this weekend. And I'll be honest, it's been quite a while, guys, since the old Fears man has applied for a job, because I've been working at the same company for the last 3 years. So I don't know what employers want. I don't know what they're looking for. It's been quite a while, but Sam said he would help me out. So thanks to Sam. So that's the first update. So this weekend we're going to work on that. And then probably after we work on that, we're probably going to get some lunch, and then we'll probably play video games or we'll do something like that. Give me 1 second. There we go. Somebody was texting me. So anyway, so I know for a fact we're going to work on that, guys. So hopefully, I'm sure it'll all go well. So shout out to Sam. If you guys have not checked out my friend Sam, he's got tons of social media, but his 2 biggest ones are Egotistical Commando on YouTube, and check him out on his Twitch channel at Egotistical Commando. So they're both at the same place, guys. So check him out. So anyway, so that's the first update. The second update, I'll be honest, it's a little on the downer side, but I try to be as open and honest with you guys as possible. The last couple of weeks have not been good for the Fears family. My dad has been frustrated. He's trying to get better, and I'm sure that's very frustrating. I kind of understand where he's going through, but in another way I don't, because I don't have cancer. But since it's in my family, I have to watch out for it. So every couple of years, I have to get checked for prostate cancer. So I can understand my dad's, frustration. It must be very frustrating to he's trying to get better, and then he's got intense pain. So there's that. And that can also add friction into the family. So the last couple of weeks, me and my family has been kind of butting heads, like my mom's been butting heads with me. I've been butting heads with my mom, and then my dad gets involved. And I try not to fight at all with my family, but especially now more than ever because, my dad's not feeling well. So I thought the best course of action would be just to let my parents cool off. And it was a stupid argument that we had, I'm not going to tell you guys what it was, but it was just a stupid argument. So basically, I haven't talked to my parents in, let's see, probably 2 weeks now. It's either a week and a half or 2 weeks. I honestly can't remember, but it's been a minute. So I would just ask for your guys' prayers and your blessings and your good vibes. I always say this. I don't wish anyone, I don't wish my religion on anyone. I just tell people, if you are religious, then please pray for my family, but especially my dad. If you're not religious, then just shoot some good vibes. Just shoot some good vibes to my family. I would really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. So I'm sure everything will be cool. I just need to cool off, and then my parents need to cool off, and I'm sure everything will be fine. And then I was gonna go visit them either around Christmas or around Thanksgiving, but because I've had so many repairs on my car, unfortunately, I don't know if that's gonna be possible because it was just one thing after another. My car kept breaking down, so it was just like first they fixed this, then they fixed that, so it was just horrible. So, but now that everything's fixed, I'm just kind of out of money. Well, I mean, I'm not super out of money, but I have to put the trip on hold. So, but if anything changes on that, I will let you guys know. So anyway, so there's that. Got a lot of big shows coming up before I go to church camp, after I go to church camp. So I just thought I would tell you guys the schedule one more time. So my buddy Jeff, my hat's off to my buddy Jeff. My buddy Jeff is expanding all the toy cons. I remember this conversation like it was yesterday, and Jeff was like, "Oh, Fierce, we're not gonna stop at this. We're not gonna stop at that." He goes, "I want to expand, do more toy shows." He goes, and then if it gets even bigger, he goes, "I want to do even more than toy shows." He goes, "Then maybe we can do some sci-fi pop culture shows." And I was like, "Jeff, that would be awesome." So this year, Jeff has totally added more shows. Like last year, I think he had maybe 8 shows, maybe 9 shows, something like that. But anyway, he has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shows so far. The last one I went to was Toylando. Amazing show. Over 140 tables, 140 vendors. All the vendors were very nice. They had a little bit of everything. If you don't like toys, they had video games. If you didn't like video games, they've got movies. If you don't like movies, they've got movie props. I mean, they got it all, guys. They have got it all. So the next one is May 29th, and that is the G.I. Joe Collector Toy Fest. I probably won't go to that one. When I was a kid, I used to like G.I. Joe. As an adult, not so much. June 12th is the Jacksonville Collector Toy Fest. And I probably won't go to that one either because Jacksonville from Orlando, it's like 2.5, 3 hours away. So that is quite a drive for a toy show. So I probably won't go to that one either. But you never know. June 26th, that'll be right after I get back from church camp. So hopefully I'll be able to get to this one. June 26th is another Star Wars con. July 9th and 10th is the Tampa Toy Con. That one I am going to. July 24th is the Orlando Funko Pop show. I'm not so much into Funko Pops. They're not really my thing, you know, but other people will enjoy them. So yeah. August 14th is the Lakeland, Central Florida Collectors Toy Fest. That one sounds cool. I'll probably go to that one. September 25th is the Gainesville Collectors Toy Fest. I've never been to Gainesville, so I'll probably check that one out too. I think I've drove through Gainesville, but I've never stopped there. So we'll see how it goes. October 1st is the West Palm Beach Sci-Fi and Pop Culture Toy Con. That one sounds cool. I'll probably go to that one. October 9th, I will for sure go to this one. October 9th is the Orlando Toy Con. That's one of my favorites. I always go to that one. That one's great. I'd say my two favorite ones that Jeff puts on is Toylando and then the Orlando Toy Con. Those are two of my favorites. The next one is November 5th and 6th. It's a two-day con, because Jeff doesn't do a lot of two-day cons. So whenever he does do two-day cons, it's very special. So there it is. All right. So that one is November 5th and number 6th. It's the Tampa, Florida Extravaganza Toy Con. And then November 20th is the Space Ghost Collectors Toy Fest. So I'll see if I go to that one too. And then that's the schedule so far. I know Jeff usually does one around Christmas, but we'll see. We shall see. So there's that. Fears has got his mug, my Randall mug. So shout out to Randall. If you guys have not checked out my friend Randall, check him out. He's got the Mayor of Magic and then Cameo Man 2021. Big shout out to Exhume Visions for making this for me. You guys are more than welcome to chat in the chat. Not a lot of people are coming in, probably because it's during the middle of the day. A lot of people are at work. Fears works at night, so I can understand if nobody wants to chat. But you're more than welcome to chat. So anyway, all right. Next update. A lot of people have been asking me, Fears. You keep promising us these vlogs. When are they going to come out? I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm a tad bit behind on the vlogs. I'm working on about, let's see. Well, with the new vlog that I filmed last weekend, I'm working on about 4 vlogs right now. I went and played miniature golf. I got some practice in last weekend before me and Sam battle it out again. So I went and played miniature golf by myself, got some practice in. That was last weekend. And then I've got the Christmas vlog from last year. So I really need to get moseying on that. I've got, let's see what else. I've got the Christmas one. I got the Sleepaway Camp one that you guys have been, wanting to watch. And I really hope you guys don't get disappointed on that, because it's really just going to be a vlog about me watching Sleepaway Camp. I've filmed some of it. I've edited some of it. I just haven't completed it. So there's that one. There's there's like 2 others. But let me just say this. I'm on it. I promise you guys, I am on it. Some days, Fears wants to edit. Other days, I just don't feel like it. So yeah. But I promise you, my word is my bond. I will get to it as quickly as I can. I'm gonna work on a vlog. I don't know if I'll finish it today before work, because I'm gonna go into work a little bit early. But I'm gonna work on a vlog right after the stream is done. I'll probably grab some lunch, and then I'm gonna probably grab some lunch and then edit. After I edit, take a nap, shower, shave, right off to work. Miss Tinder Immortal is in the house. She says, Sleepaway Camp, Christmas vlog, Missouri vlog. That's right. That was the other one. The Missouri vlog. And the Randall hangout. I know I haven't hung out with Randall in a minute. So I'm either going to hang out with Randall before I go to church camp or after. Randall's been really busy too. Randall has been working on his movie scripts. Randall works on Fiverr, so he gets a lot of extra money on Fiverr. So sometimes, like, he's got 4 or 5 scripts that he's working on. We are still working on Fears, man. Randall recently showed me some drawings. It's the fight sequence between the evil Black Aldrin and Fears Man. And I gotta say, it's pretty epic. The fight start. It's a fight to the death, a battle of wits, if you will. It starts in Black Aldrin's secret lair, and then Fears Man, and then it breaks out into the graveyard where Black Aldrin's secret lair is, in Wentzville, Missouri, in Troll Cemetery. I thought that was quite witty that I named the cemetery. So the trolls get a cameo. It breaks off into the cemetery, and then it goes from the cemetery to the street, and then all hell breaks loose. There's a massive thunderstorm. There's lightning. There's crashing, and it's going nuts. And I gotta say, Randall has outdone himself for this fight sequence. So hopefully you guys will not be disappointed when the great Fears Man takes on Black Aldrin in episode 5. But Tinder Immortal, I'm on it. Last night, Tinder Immortal asked me about the Missouri vlog. She's very excited about that because I actually gave Tinder Immortal. She didn't have a cameo in it, but I what's the word I'm thinking of? I plugged her channel. And Tinder Immortal, I'll just give you a little teaser. I was on the way, and I had not went to this pumpkin patch in like forever. There's a pumpkin patch close to Wentzville, Missouri. They do it every single year. And I was like, oh, that would be great. And I remember Tinder Immortal said, I don't know if you remember this, Tinder Immortal, you said, hey, Fears, if you get a chance, you should go through a corn maze. And I was like, oh, there's definitely some corn mazes in Missouri. So I think it's right before I enter the corn maze or when I'm in the corn maze, I just literally turn the camera to me and I'm like, yo, Tinder Immortal, you got your wish. You got your wish. I'm in a corn maze. So the Missouri vlog is going to be awesome. The Missouri vlog is going to be bitching. It'll be worth the wait. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Gamer Girl is here. Rezi. Gosh, I haven't seen Rezi in forever. Rezi, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Rezi, I must ask, how are you and Sega? I hope everything's going good. I have not heard from Sega in quite a long time. I hope Sega's doing all right. I hope Sega is okay. And I hope he's doing well. Speaking of people doing well, right before I came back to streaming, guys, and told you guys that I was going to stream once a week, I don't remember who it was, but someone linked me a video of basically Carrie just threatening to commit suicide, and that is horrible. That is horrible. And if you guys get a chance, it's on. Well, I don't know if she took it down, but it. Last time I saw it was on her page, and I was genuinely worried. I know me and Carrie don't get along very well, and we used to be friends. And I'm not trying to cause drama, but I was genuinely concerned. I mean, she was all like, the end is near. Oh my God, I'm gonna commit suicide. Like the trolls have just they've been digging into me. I can't take it anymore. And I was just watching this, holy shit. Thank God Fears took a break. I'm like, I can't stand drama. I was like, God damn. I'm like, I guess since I've been gone, they've been focused more on her. So I was like, oh shit. So my heart went out to Carrie. So I hope Carrie is feeling better. Seems like she's doing all right. Thank God. I was like, if Carrie killed herself, that would be a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And I was like, I hope she never does that, because my heart goes out to her. And hopefully me and Carrie can be friends again someday. She was in my last stream about a week ago. So that's progress, you know. She said, hey, Fears, and then she congratulated me on volunteering for church camp and stuff. So I was like, that's a start. That's cool. And I told Carrie, hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. So yeah. Let's see here. Oh, my Lord. Tinder Immortal said, did you run backwards through the corn maze? Ow. Ow. That would hurt. That would hurt. No, I did not. Thank God. Because if I did run, you know, backwards, I'm not trying to get crude here or say anything crazy or anything sexual, but that would hurt. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, can you imagine, Tinder Immortal? Hey, guys, check this out. All of a sudden you see Fears like, da, 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 da. Ah, that would hurt. No, 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 no. I did not. And cheers to that. Thank God I did not do that. But I must say it was quite the corn maze. Fears was in there for about wow, this is going back a year, so I'm gonna have to remember. I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere around there. So it was a decent corn maze. Decent corn maze. Let's see. Rezi says, we are doing well, thanks. How about you? Well, I'm glad you're doing well, Rezi. I'm glad you and Sega are doing great. That's fantastic. Now, it's none of my business, but I have to ask a question. So I'm just curious. When do you and when do you and Sega think you'll hang out? Do you think you'll come over to Canada and hang out with Sega, or do you think Sega will? You're from Australia, right? Right? You're from Australia, or no shit? Oh, one of those foreign countries. Hang on. It's not Australia. It's a European country, right? Oh shit, I can't remember where Rezi's from. Right? It's Australia, right? I thought it was Australia. Anyway, besides the point. Are you going to come and visit Sega, or is Sega going to come visit you? What do you think? To answer your second question, how are you? I'm doing very well. I got to say, I haven't felt this great in quite a while. Things are moseying. Things are going good. Things are going pretty good. Things are going pretty good at work. Things are going pretty good at church. Which leads me into my next topic, which I'll get there soon. Recently, guys, I volunteered my time at church camp. I haven't done it yet. It's on the way. It's next month. But yeah. Egotistical Commando is in the house, and I'll probably send my main man, Sam, the link here in just a few minutes. Because I haven't had Sam in a stream in quite a while. So what's up, Sam? I'm doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Sam, I just gave you a plug about a couple of minutes ago, buddy. So, but I will do it again because we are good friends. Check out the myth, the man, the legend, my buddy Sam, the one and only Egotistical Commando on YouTube, and check him out on the old Twitch. He Twitch casts. Sam is currently eating. Well, finish eating, and then I'll send you the link, buddy. So yeah. So finish eating, and then I'll send you the link. Speaking of eating, I think Fears may get something to eat right after the stream. But speaking of eating, Fears has lost a lot of weight. I have cut back. I've cut back on the late night snacks because Fears' belly was like fucking out to here, and I was like, holy shit, I need to take care of this. It's not all the way gone, but my stomachs went incredibly down. I hopped on the scale a few weeks ago. I have never been this heavy. I don't know if it was because I was depressed, and, you know, like when people are depressed, you know, you're eating or whatever, but I let myself go. I have never been this high. I got on the scale, and I was like, my eyes did one of those cartoon things, like where, you know, your eyes pop out of your skull. I was 215, and I was like, holy fucking shit. I have never been that heavy. So I just checked the scale yesterday, and I am down to, it was either 190 or 191. So making progress. So the stomach has went significantly down. So yeah. Egotistical Commando says, how long are you streaming? Probably, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, buddy. But go ahead and eat. And then I'll drop you the link in a couple of minutes, and you can come in whenever you want. Or you don't have to. I'm just saying, if you want to come in, great. If you don't, I understand. Let's see. Girl Gamer says, Going to Canada one day. Oh, that's cool. Well, Girl Gamer, Rezi, I hope you and Sega have a good time. Sega will show you around. Sega knows all the hot spots in Canada. I'll be honest, Fears would love to go to Canada one day. Not only to hang out with the myth, the man, the legend, the one and only Sega Camp Gamer, but Tim Hortons. I got to get up on some Tim Hortons, drink some of their coffees, and they got these little donut-like holes that I would love to try. So there it is. You know what? Hell, fuck it. I'll send Sam the link right now. So, Sam, come in whenever you want. I'm going to send you the link right now, buddy. So, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Give me 1 second. I'm going to send Sam the link. There we are. And I hope everyone's having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day so far. Caught up on some rest. Gonna edit here right after this stream. It was sunny, but from the look of it, I think it's gonna rain. The sun was out, but last time I looked out of my blinds, it was getting pretty dark. So we'll see. All right, Sam, I sent you the link, buddy. Check it out. Come in whenever you're ready. There we are. All right. Might be 10 minutes. That's fine. That's fine. I'll still be here in 10 minutes, buddy. I will still be here in 10 minutes. Girl Gamer says, Sam is your friend who will help you with Zelda stuff on Twitch, right? Well, not just Zelda. Not just Zelda. Sam is gonna help me on my video game skills in general, because you know where Fears' video game skills are? Zero. Nada. They don't even exist. Why? Because Fears hardly plays video games. I've played more video games with Sam than I probably have in long time. Long time. But I'm getting back into video games. I like video games, but not as much as I did as a kid. You know, like when you get older, you kind of grow out of it. But Sam has introduced me to some old classic games that I love. I don't care what anyone says. I freaking love that video game, Super Nintendo, Home Alone. I fucking love that game. That game is fucking great. Sam was like, Fears, like, I'll play it, but I don't really like it. And I was like, I got you, buddy. So Sam doesn't like Home Alone, but I love Home Alone. Yes, Sam says, Fears, you got that UN Squadron skills. Oh, that I do. That game I fucking love. So when Sam comes in, we're gonna have a little contest. I'm gonna pose this question to Sam and be like, Sam, pick your top 10 favorite video games. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try to narrow it down to Fears' top 10. So since Sam will be my guest here in a couple of minutes, I will let him go first. There it is, Sam. Sam says, Fears, I'm never playing Home Alone again, bud. That's what he thinks. That's what he thinks. Sam, I will mold you. I will get you into Home Alone, man. I'll be honest. Home Alone is fucking hilarious. It's only got like 5 levels. Once you pass those 5 levels, you're fucking done. It's the quickest game ever. And I can actually beat it. It's one of the rare few games that I've actually have beaten by myself or with friends. So yeah, there it is. But no, me and Sam are determined. I've never beat UN Squadron. I've gotten close. Me and my brother, like when I was a kid, we got so close. It's so hard because there's so much shit like firing at you that it's almost impossible to beat it. It is beatable. It's just very, very hard. Me and my brother got to like the second to the last level, like when we were kids. And then my brother only had like 1 life, and then he died. And I was like, fuck, we got to start all over again. And then I just never started all over again. So yeah. Let's see. Egotistical Commando says, my top 10 fluctuates a lot. My top 3 never changes. Well, whenever you come in, buddy, give me your current top 10 favorite video games. So you'll have some time to think about it because you said you're going to be here in about 5 or 10 minutes. So while we're waiting for Sam, I will move on to the next topic. So since I've been living out here, you guys all know I'm getting back into my religion. I'll be honest, I don't even know why I lost my faith. I think it was a combination of like my frustration, and then like COVID took over, and I lost my job that I pretty much moved down here for. And then I was like, well, fuck, what am I going to do now? And I was like, all right, well, fears, you can't like sulk about it. You can't like moan about it. You got to get another job. So I got another job. I've been doing this security job for like the last 3 years. Not really what I want to do, but I've done security before back in Missouri. So I was like, it's easy money. I know how to do it, until I find something better. There it is. And then it was a mixture of like that stuff. And then like, I haven't had a girlfriend in like, well, now 3 years. And then me and my ex, we still talk occasionally, once in a blue moon. And I'm glad she's doing well, but we're still friends. And so it's kind of hard. And then depression set in. So it was just a mixture of all those. And then a friend suggested, well, Fears, like, I know you've been into religion before. Why don't you try it again? And I can't even believe I said this, but I'm not going to tell you what friend I said it to. It was a friend back in Missouri because my friend was genuinely concerned. And I was like, well, I'm concerned about myself, buddy. I said, I've lost faith in everything, not just my religion. I've lost faith in myself. I've lost faith in my religion. I've lost faith in my job. I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. What, like I was really depressed. And it was like really hitting home. I mean, it was bad. Like from depression, Fears was at like, if this is low depression and this is high, Fears was like at a fucking 90 way up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, oh, I'm like, I don't know. And I was like saying some crazy shit, guys. I was like, God doesn't care about me. Fuck God. I don't care about this shit. I don't care about him. Fuck it. It was bad. It was bad. And then I came to my senses. I was like, Fears. I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? I'm like, you don't hate God. You love God. I'm like, why the fuck would you say that? And I'm like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Time to get some business. Time to get business done. And I'm like, Fears, quit fucking moping around. You know what I'm saying? And so I talked to my dad. And my dad's like, have you done a Google search, Fears? And I didn't even know for a fact if my church, the church that I go to in Missouri, would even be out here. And I don't know, for some reason, I just said, Dad, I'm like, I don't think that church is going to be out here. I'm like, that's more of like a Midwest thing. And I don't even know why. I just never thought in a million years it would be out here. My dad's like, well, you don't know until you try it, John. I'm like, why don't you do a Google search? Not only did I find one church, I found like 7 churches. So the same church in different locations in Florida. There's one in, there's 2 in Orlando, 1 in Miami. There's 1 in Tampa, I believe, and 1 in Jacksonville and somewhere else. But the closest one to me is the one that I go to in Orlando. Amazing people, amazing congregation. Best decision I ever made. They're just as good as my Missouri congregation. And even though I miss all my church friends from Missouri, I emailed my church friends and they emailed me back from Missouri saying, Fears, that's great. Like, it doesn't matter which congregation you go to, just as long as you go. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, these new people kind of remind me of like you guys. And they're like, that's great, Fears. So what I'm getting into, I was like, I got to find some purpose again. So I started going to church and stuff, and these were really nice people. And they kept talking about like the summer camps coming up. And I was like, it's probably too late. I'm like, because you have to get registered. You have to submit your resume. You have to go through counselor training because I haven't done it since 2006. And I was like, well, it's worth a shot. So I went up to the lady that was organizing it and I said, it's probably too late. But I said, I used to go to church camp every summer as a camper. And then after I was too old to be a camper, I volunteered as like a counselor. I said, is there any way? And then she goes, oh, would you like to volunteer? And I went, yeah, if there's still time. And she goes, oh, no. She's like, we need counselors because we're low on staff because like we haven't done, camp in like 2 or 3 years because of COVID. And I was like, oh, really? And she goes, yeah. She goes, oh, there's no way that we could do it like during the pandemic. But she goes, now that COVID is getting a little bit better and it's almost over. I'm not saying it's over. I mean, it's getting better. It's almost over. And I said, if there's still time, I would love to, get more involved. And I wanted to give back to the community, and I wanted to give back to my new church family because they've been so nice to me. And they welcomed me with open arms. I was like, it's the least I can do. And she goes, no. She goes, John, she goes, we need people. She goes, we only have she goes, we need more male staff. She goes, we have plenty of women's staff. And I was like, well, how many women's staff? She goes, oh, we have 8 or 9 women on staff. She goes, we only have 4 or 5 guys on staff. I was like, if you guys need more male staff, I'm like, I would be happy to volunteer. And then she's like, well, can you get the days off of work? And I was like, I can try. And so I asked my boss, and my boss, he's really cool. He's like, Fears, I'm not gonna deny you your religion. He goes, and I was like, well, I just had to check. I'm like, I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to get fired. And he's like, Fears, he's like, as long as you put the days in way in advance, he goes, I'll find somebody to cover your shifts while you go. And I was like, well, it's not until way in the future. And I told him the dates, and he was like, you're fine, Fears, go have fun. I was like, sweet, man. So I had to submit a resume. I submitted it. They loved it. They were like, oh, wow, you have a double major in film? I was like, that I do. And then she's like, and on my resume, I told them, it's not on my resume. I probably should put it, but I've been a Boy Scout, so I knew how to do all that. And she goes, have you went camping? Which I thought was kind of funny. And in my head, I was like, have I went camping? I'm like, Fears has probably went camping more than anyone in the fucking community. I'm not trying to have an ego boost or anything, but I'm from Missouri, the Midwest. People live for camping in the Midwest. My God. I've went camping by myself with my buddy Eric, with my buddy Trent, which is a fucking hilarious experience. I'll tell you guys that story in a minute. Trent, I'm telling you guys, when you guys meet Trent one day, he will do anything for a fucking laugh. And he was going ballistic on this one camping trip. I'll probably wait and tell that story when Sam gets in here. He was fucking making me lose my goddamn mind. That guy is a fucking mad rabbit animal. He's fucking hilarious. And I've went camping with my church camp. I've went camping in Boy Scouts. I've went camping with my mom, my dad, my brother, my grandma, friends, church friends. I've done every type of camping imaginable. Camping in the summer, camping in the winter, camping in severe cold, which was an experience. We ate a lot of chili, which in turn, I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Chili, Fears, stomach. Let's just put it this way. I was sitting on the far end of the campfire because Fears was a farting away. It was bad. It was bad. Sam says, is there any cute church girls? I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to hit on, any of the senior high camp, but, because they're high school kids. But I haven't checked out any of the camp counselor girls. So I haven't met any of them yet. Oh, no. I lied. I forgot. When I was doing my counselor training, some of the girls showed up at my church because we had to have a staff meeting. And I had to go through my certification. And this one guy tapped me on the shoulder and was like, oh man, I've never done this before. And I was like, well, I'm actually kind of ahead of the game. And he goes, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm just getting my certificate to be a camp counselor recertified and re-updated because I've done it, way in the past. And he goes, oh, really? He goes, I've had to do it from scratch because I've never done this. And I just wanted to volunteer and do something cool. And I was like, that's cool, man. I'm like, yeah, it does take a lot longer if you've never been a camp counselor. And he goes, oh, you have? I said, not for quite a long time, but I said, I've done it back in the past. And then he tapped me on the shoulder and he went, well, Fierce. He goes, you think there's going to be any cute counselors? I was like, maybe. I'm like, we'll find out. All of a sudden, this girl walks in. And you guys know how I feel about redheads. I'm not saying that redheads are unattractive. They just got all the little freckles and shit. And I don't know. I'm more of a blonde brunette type of guy. But she was kind of cute. So to answer your question, egotistical commando, yes. I've met one. And her name is Rachel. And she had long red hair and, freckles everywhere. So, yeah. So she was kind of cute. But that's the only one I've met. Yo, what's up, heroes and villains? He says, what's up, Fears? MegaCon starts today, buddy. Dude, I wish I was going to MegaCon with you. I'm kind of strapped for cash right now. I wish. I wish I could go to MegaCon. So you have fun. I've heard great things about MegaCon. You better film while you're there, buddy. Film at MegaCon because I can't wait to watch the video that you put up on your channel. So anyway, to make a long story short, Sam says freckles are my weakness, bro. I'm not saying I like some redheads. I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, freckles kind of freak me out. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Just I've always been more attracted to blondes and brunettes. I don't know why. But if there's a hot red chick out there, fears I shouldn't be that picky. I'm getting old, man. I need to find a Mrs. Fears while I'm still vertical, while I'm still walking upright. I don't want to be like 90 years old, like a decrepit old man. How you doing, sweetheart? Like me in a fucking walker and shit, I want to find her soon. So yeah. Sam, get in here, buddy. Get in here, man. My mom had freckles and said they were angel's kisses. Hell yeah, buddy. Right on. Right on. Anyway, so to make a long story short, Fears got hired for church camp, which is the greatest part about it. I don't even care about money. I'm doing it for free. I'm volunteering. Different church camps do it differently. Some church camps, like in the Midwest, one church camp I did in Illinois, they did pay me. And I was like, it's for church. I'm like, you guys don't have to pay me. They're like, oh, no. They're like, Fears, we have to. It's like a legal thing. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not going to say no to money, but I was like, I'm volunteering my time. It's church. I'm like, and then the one that I went to in Missouri, so the one in Illinois paid me like a long time ago, and then the one in Missouri didn't. And now this one in Florida, they don't pay you, which I think is better because I'm like, it shouldn't matter about money. Like it should be matter about God and having a relationship with God and like making sure the kids have fun and all that. Because whenever I was a kid, I have great memories, guys, of church camp. Like hitting on girls, playing volleyball, learning about God, swimming in the pool. One of my fondest memories is they're a little bit more strict at this church camp, so this probably will not happen. But I'll probably tell the kids some of my fondest memories. It's all about the bonding. It's all about bonding, having fun at church camp. And this always seems to come up because I remember it came up back in 2006. I remember I was in a cabin with another guy, and he was my age. I was like 20. Oh God. Well, this was before college. So college was from 2007 to 2010. So I was like 23. And this guy was like 24, and he said, "Hey, Fears, like, what's like one of your fondest memories at camp?" And either the camp counselor asked or a camper asked him. At the end of the night, we have this thing called devotions, like where you open up the Bible and you talk about a certain topic that the camp leader gives to you. So we're sitting around, we're doing devotions, and we're talking about that. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, does anyone have anything else they want to talk about? And I think the other camp counselor was like, Fears, let's talk about great memories at camp. And I was like, that's cool. And he goes, what's one of your fondest memories? And I don't know if I've told you guys this story, but one of my fondest memories, I don't encourage anyone to do this, but as you guys know, Fears was quite wild as a kid. I've calmed down a lot. I've told you guys some wild stories of Fears' past. That's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. You guys have no idea. Fears has calmed down tremendously. The ADD was high as a kid. The attention deficit disorder was high. The hyperactive disorder was going nuts through the fucking roof. So I remember I'm in my bunk. I'm sleeping away. All of a sudden, this guy like taps me on the shoulder like, Fears, are you hungry? And I was like, I could eat. And he goes, dude, let's go raid the kitchen, man. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, Fears. He goes, I found the key. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, usually they lock the back door to like to the kitchen door. He's like, dude, tomorrow they're serving pizza. He's like, let's go fucking like unlock the thing and like eat a bunch of food. And I was like, can we? And he's like, yeah. He goes, as long as we eat the leftovers, they'll never know. They found out. They knew. We just didn't tell them. So I remember it was me, my buddy, I think his name was Jeff, my buddy Bill, and then like surprisingly the camp counselor was all for it because this is when I was a camper. So I remember we snuck out. Somebody opened the back window of our cabin. We climbed out the window, walked all the way up, and we had to be real quiet because the counselors were having a meeting inside the lodge, and the lodge is connected to the kitchen. So we had to sneak in through the back door, grab some food, take it back to the cabin without the counselors knowing. And it was pretty fun. So the next morning, all of a sudden we're at breakfast. The youth leader, the camp leader was like, excuse me. And she had a bullhorn and she goes, I want to know right now who raided the kitchen and took the leftovers of the pizza and took the leftovers of the mashed potato. And we were grabbing everything, mashed potatoes, steak, a whole bunch of shit. And I felt bad, but I was like, man, it was some good food. And then I remember the youth leaders saying something like, I'm not mad. I'm just very, 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 very disappointed. And I was like, oh, shit. And so I look over at my friends at the table, and my friend's like, Fears, don't say anything. I was like, I'm not saying anything. And she never found out. But it was one of my fondest memories because we did it as a team. It was funny. It was hilarious. We shouldn't have done it. But me being the responsible adult, that will not happen at this church camp because I want to come back to church camp and be a camp counselor again, So that was in Fears' crazy youthful days. So yeah, let's see here. Heroes and Villains says Mr. Knight will be in the house at MegaCon. I'll be recording and I'll post it all after. Well, yes, post it, Heroes and Villains, because I've been hearing about MegaCon ever since I moved to Florida. This is not the first time I've heard about MegaCon, buddy. Oh, there's Sam.
Hey, yo.
I didn't even see you. You've been like in the background for probably like 5 minutes, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been about 5 minutes, yeah.
I was chatting away. I'm sorry. I was.
No, you're good, man.
I was talking on a tangent, buddy, and yeah. No, Heroes and Villains. When you get a chance, film away. Sam, have you heard about that convention in Florida, MegaCon?
Oh, I've heard of MegaCon. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go. I've heard about that ever since I moved here. So yeah. All right, Sam. Before I go, because it's not going to be a short show, but it's going to be a somewhat short show because I have to go to work early, and eat and edit and stuff. But before I take off, I wanted to chat for a couple of minutes. Give everybody some updates. What have you been up to? Because it's been quite a while, Sam, since you have been on a stream with the old Fears man.
I'm doing pretty good, man. Holy crap! Now that I think about it, it has been a very long time.
Right? But, it's like 2-3 months since you've been on.
Jeez. So I've actually gone a month and a half completely unemployed. That was a very rough period.
I remember.
I've gotten a job a week and a half ago with a moving company.
Congratulations, buddy.
I'm loving it. I'm already building muscle. Like my shoulders are starting to develop like into like actual like, it's getting good.
Well, did you hear that I've lost some weight?
Yeah, I was here for that. Yeah.
I recently got back into the gym. It was becoming bad, Sam. I got on the scale and I was like, oh my God, I have never been this heavy. So the tummy has went down, not entirely, but at least some. So I'm down to like 190, 191, but I feel a whole lot better.
Keep it up, man.
I will. Fears' normal weight is anywhere between 160 and 169. That's a normal weight for my age. So I'll try to get back down to that. But if I can get close to it, that'll be satisfying too. So yeah. So you said a week and a half at the new job. What would you say is the most challenging thing about the new job?
Honestly, it's just the heat because I'm outside constantly, like moving these heavy boxes, couches, furniture, just in general. 2 days ago, we moved a grand piano to a second-story house, like onto the second floor. So that was really fun.
But you know what? Anyone that I've talked to that works at a moving company, because I've had a whole bunch of friends that have done that back in the past, they say the money is amazing.
Yes and no. So some jobs give you a lot, some jobs give you none, because it's almost entirely dependent on the tips you get. And Like for instance, like with that grand piano job, it was a 6-hour job.
Yeah.
And we only got a $10 tip for that. Meanwhile, I had an hour and a half job just moving a safe upstairs. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And I got a $25 tip for that.
Nice.
So yeah, like I got a bigger tip for like way less work. So it's
You know what it is, Sam? I'm not trying to be negative. That guy was El Cheapo, and he wasn't giving Sam some moolah. He wasn't like, you know what? He's like, this kid's young. I'll just give him like a $10. Hey, that'll be fine. And then in the back of Sam's mind, like, you are a moron. Like, I just moved a piano for you, for God's sake. Give me a $30 tip, maybe a $40 tip before I have to cut a bitch, you know?
Mm-hmm. And gonna be honest, that guy really was not the nicest person ever. Like, we honestly just tried to get that job over as soon as possible because he was kind of being a prick.
Call it? Did I not call it? I guarantee he was probably sitting like in the corner, sipping on a Mai Tai, just with his hands crossed, like, yeah, I'm not moving this shit. Like,
no, he was actually completely involved in the move. Too
Oh,
much
was he?
involved,
Okay.
in fact. He was telling us how we're doing everything wrong and like all kinds of shit. It was so fucking annoying. Like, why did you hire us? Like, if you know our job better than us, why are you guys
Exactly.
having us do
Hey,
it?
if we're doing it so wrong, we're moving a goddamn piano, for Christ's sake. Like, oh, if you've got some better techniques, why don't you show me, buddy?
And here's the thing. I actually really like the company I'm working for because they take the time and make sure everything's wrapped up.
That's good.
And like we make sure everything's nice and packed in the trucks, that nothing moves and all that stuff. We haven't had an incident yet.
That's all.
In the week
Hey,
I've been
listen,
there. So
I am happy for you. I'm glad you got a new job. I know not having a job sucks, the big one.
Mhm.
And especially a month and a half. God, like me and Sam were hanging out, and I'm not going to tell you everything that we talked about, but Sam, I could tell it was taking a toll on you, buddy.
Yeah, it was getting rough.
I was concerned because you're becoming a really good buddy of mine, and I care about you. And I told Randall about it. I was like, man, I don't know what to do. I'm like, I want to help Sam out. He's my buddy. And Randall's like, Fears, I'm sure, he'll find it. I can't remember exactly what Randall said, but I think he said something to the effect of like I'll pray for him, or I'm sure you'll find a job. I can't remember exactly what Randall said because I didn't want to put words in his mouth, but it was something to that effect. But I was worried, buddy. I was worried for you. And but in the back of my mind, though, Sam, I was like, Sam's a pretty smart guy. I know he'll find another job. I know he will.
It was seriously taking a toll on me though, being unemployed that long. Because like,
yeah,
you would think, oh, he's home all the time. At least he can stream and stuff. But like, I started losing motivation to stream and stuff because it's like I want to find a job. Like I can't be streaming if I'm unemployed. I should be taking this time to be looking for a job.
I'll be honest, Sam. Not to narc streaming, but once you stream, I mean, that's it. I mean, you stream and then you stream and you're like, hey, I'll do another stream. Eventually streaming gets boring.
It does.
I'm like, what else can you stream about? And then Sam did not one, but 2 24-hour streams back to back. You look disheveled, man. Like
it was rough.
Remember I called you and I'm like, are you all right? And you're like, Fears, my face feels like fucking jello. And I was like, go to bed, go to sleep.
If you may recall, that is the phone call that I fell asleep during.
You did. Like, you literally fell asleep. And I think you called me back and was like, Fears, I'm so tired and I'm so sorry. I literally, it was not that I wasn't listening to you, but I fell asleep. And I was like, dude, I understand. 2 24-hour streams back to back. You couldn't even finish the last 24-hour stream.
I got 16 hours in and
you cut it off. Yeah.
Yeah, I had such a massive headache that day. Like, it was pounding furiously, man.
I understand. Like, dude, I will reiterate. Go to bed. Go to bed. Sleepo. All right, Sam. So let's do it. Pick your top 10 favorite video games. I'll let you go first. I've got a few of my favorite, but I don't have the whole complete 10, so I need to think about it for a little while. So you go first.
I have a physical gag for my top 2. My number 1 is my phone case, Super Metroid. It's absolutely my number 1 game. Always will be. Always has been.
So before you get on with the rest of the list, why does that one make number 1? Why is that the top of the 10?
It's literally the first video game I ever played. The first video game I ever beat with the assistant of my dad at the age of 3. Yeah. At the age of 3, I beat Super Metroid with the assistance of my dad helping me figure out how to get to certain places and all this kind of stuff.
I gotta be honest, like I'm pretty impressed. Fears didn't play a video game until I was like 5 or 6. Sam is playing video games before he can even walk at 3 years old.
I have a picture of me sitting on my dad's lap holding the controller right in front of the TV, and my dad tells me that's us playing Super Metroid. So that game will always be near and dear to my heart, and it doesn't matter what better games come out in the future and all that. That game just has that emotional tie to it that will always be number 1.
I understand. That's awesome. That's cool, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's number 1. All right, let's do the rest of the do the next 9.
Just in a row. All right.
Yeah, in a row.
All right, really quick because I have another physical gag here. Number 2 is Kingdom Hearts 2, which is also my wallet.
Oh, anime. Well, we all know Fierce's thoughts on anime. Let's just skip to number 3.
Number 3 is going to be Final Fantasy X, which I'm currently playing on stream, by the way.
Okay.
Final Fantasy X is a game that I also have a close tie with my sister, and that will always be at least in the top 3 for me. Those 3 games are consistent.
I've seen Final Fantasy, but I've never played it. Is Final Fantasy anime too, or is that something different?
It's Japanese, but I wouldn't call 10 anime. I'd say like the most recent ones are anime, like 15.
Okay.
I would say if you want to give it a chance, play the older ones.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen people play it, but I've never played not even one frame of Final Fantasy, any of the games. Never.
Mm-hmm.
But
I would recommend 13 the most to you.
Okay, cool.
It'd probably keep you captivated quite a bit because it's got some pretty cool cutscenes and stuff in it.
Well, Fears has got an open mind, so and Sam is introducing me to some old and new games, so we'll probably play it one day. All right, so that was number 3. Number 4.
Borderlands 2, another game I invested way too much time of my life in, and I will invest way too much more time of my life in.
We haven't played that one yet, right? Or I have.
No, it is co-op. We could play that together. That is a game we could play.
We should play that one because I've never heard of it. I know you've talked about it, but I've never actually heard about it until you told me. I've never even seen a frame of it, so I really don't know what it is. So I'm kind of curious. What we should play that.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah.
Next is Monster Hunter World. That's a game I could not recommend to anyone anymore. Like, I just play Monster Hunter World. Just get it. It's worth the $60. It's worth the $80, like with the DLC and everything. It's worth it.
Now, is it a new game or is it an older game?
That's a newer game. It came out 2017, I think.
Okay.
And it's just so much fun. If you want to swing a hammer the size of your body into a monster, like into a dragon's face, and have it reel back and everything, it's so good.
Sounds good to me, buddy. killing zombies, killing monsters. Rock on, man.
Oh yeah. Next is killing.
Everybody thinks like zombies is like the ultimate villain. I'm like, dude, there's many more villains out there. Monsters, zombies, vampires. It's all fucked up. Like, picture all those things coming at you. I'd be like, look, Sam, you grab this bat, I'll grab this pickaxe, and let's just go to town.
Mm-hmm. Next up on the list is Killing Floor 2.
Okay.
Which is a game that just has the most satisfying physics. You shoot like one of the they're not zombies, they're called Zeds, where they're clones of like a clone army pretty much.
Okay.
But they kind of like have no sentience. They're kind of like zombies. And when you shoot them in the arms or legs and stuff, they tear off. Like like they lose those limbs. It's so cool. It's so satisfying. Like when you get a headshot, the body just limps immediately. It's so satisfying.
Are they attacking like more of your arms or like your chest or your head, or it's just they're attacking everywhere?
Mm-hmm. Well, once again, they're not quite zombies because they aren't intelligent enough to use weapons and stuff against you. Like they have swords and like arm cannons and stuff, but they aren't sentient enough to like.
That's why Resident Evil is kind of afraid. Like in that village, I ran out of bullets and I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "This guy's gonna hit me with a pickaxe." Mm-hmm. I was pretty scared, Sam. I was like, I said "oh shit" about 5 times, and I was just running around until the church bell hit, and then they were out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of that level. Yeah.
What's up, Richie? Richie says, "Hey, Fears. Well, don't forget Egotistical Commando. Say hi to Egotistical Commando too. Richie is a longtime friend and fan, Sam. And has he watched your Twitch yet?
I don't think so. I don't recall. Unless he goes by a different name on Twitch.
Richie is a good guy. Richie is the challenge master. Any challenge you give him, he will complete it. At all cost. At all cost. All right. Next one on the list.
Next one on the list is a game called Risk of Rain 2.
Okay.
That is another game that I could not recommend enough. It is fantastic. It's just like a wave game. So like how it works is like you start on a little map and there's like 20 chests surrounded on the map, and each one contains an item that gives you a massive buff. For instance, like one will make it to where you attack faster, or like you could get one that makes it to where your attacks deal twice as much damage. And you can stack these items infinitely. And when you open up all the chests on the map and stuff, you activate the teleporter, it spawns a boss. When you kill the boss, the teleporter takes you to the next stage and you do it all over again, and it loops infinitely. It's just a game that will take up an entire day, and honestly, I couldn't complain. It is so much fun.
That's awesome, dude.
Like within like 4 stages, you are just like destroying shit so fast.
Hell yeah.
What
number are we on?
We're on 6.
All right,
that was 6, so I'm doing 7 now.
Okay.
Probably Kingdom Hearts 1 on this one. Kingdom Hearts 1, which is, the prequel to Kingdom Hearts 2. Anime game. You probably wouldn't have interest in it, but it's a game I really like.
Fears would be taking a nap.
Okay, so next one you would.
I'm trying to get into anime. I really am. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I'm trying to give it a fair chance.
Let me try getting you into some of the better ones, and we'll see how that works for you.
We'll see.
Next is a game called Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. You did catch a glimpse of me playing it on a stream one day during my 24-hour stream. You came in.
I did.
Mm-hmm. Where I was like,
I don't know what level you were on, but I remembered you talking about that game, and I remember you spending a lot of time on it, and I caught a couple of glimpses of it, I think, before I had to go off to work or something.
Mm-hmm. It's a game where you can cut people in half and stuff. It's just so much fun.
Nice. Leave my torso alone.
That game has the best boss fights in any video game ever, and anyone who tries to argue that is wrong, and they're not allowed to have an opinion anymore. Just saying.
Okay. Good here, folks. No thought whatsoever. Man is the king. He's the master. What he says goes.
Oh man. So that was 7? Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance?
7. Yes. Now you're on 8.
Okay. Next is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2.
Okay.
Which is a game that has not aged super well, but it's another game that I grew up playing with my dad. So once again, it has that.
Oh, is that like
from
the 90s or?
It's from 2003, I believe.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, once again, it's a game I grew up playing with my dad, and it just has that memory that puts it right there in the top 10, no matter what.
Okay.
It also has like stuff where you can jump on a ramp and land directly in a police car and just crush it. So yeah, there's just fun stuff.
Sweet.
Next is probably Doom Eternal. So that makes number 9 for me. Doom Eternal is basically like the Doom game into the 2016, except they did nothing but expand everything in just the perfect way.
Where they like revamped it.
100%.
Yeah, I played that one because the old dude game, the old ones, literally, it was a computer game, and you were just walking around with a gun, and the graphics were horrible.
I wouldn't say they're horrible. Honestly, even today they don't look bad. It's just a different type of look to it.
Well, I'll be honest, it's not as good as the 2016 one. The 2016 one, they made a movie about, and
with Dwayne The Rock Johnson in it, isn't it?
Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson was in it. And they actually towards the end of the film, they filmed a certain scene where it was from the video gamer's point of view, where you see the hand like take out the cartridge and put the ammo like into the gun, and the only time you see the character's face is in the mirror, and then you see him in first person mode shooting and killing all the monsters in the facility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sam, keep going. I have to use the restroom real quick. Entertain the fans. I'll be right back.
All right, I got you.
Well, I hate to put the pressure on you, buddy, but I held it in as long as I could. I have to use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Understandable, man. So anyway, I'm going to talk about something a little off topic. I posted a TikTok today. I'm not going to really self plug much, but this is something that's going on actively right now. My TikTok is blowing the fuck up. I posted a video. My sister challenged me to flip my hoodie, reverse it, and then put my cat in the hoodie in the front. And I recorded that and uploaded that to my TikTok. It is over, I uploaded that 2 hours ago. It's over 1,000 views right now and has how many likes? 205 likes in 2 hours. I don't upload on this thing fucking ever. So it's just kind of blowing me away right now that this is happening. So yeah, I'm just kind of actively, I actually had to mute my notifications while I was on the stream because it's just blowing the fuck up. Oh, something else I want to bring up. Take multivitamins. I just want to bring this up because my friend Austin got me onto them. These things right here, I don't know about the specific brand, but multivitamins in general, get from men or women, whichever you are, they will make you feel genuinely better. They assist with muscle growth, your immune system. My hair's growing a lot better than it used to. Everything just feels so much better. I just feel better in general. I've been on multivitamins for about 3 months now. Could not recommend it anymore. The price is a little bit steep. It's like $20, but it's worth it. $20 for maybe 2 months worth. So I'd say it's worth it.
All right, buddy, I'm back. I'm sorry about that.
Well, welcome back. I was just recommending multivitamins to your viewers because they actually greatly help. They help.
What else has been going on? What else were you talking about?
Oh, I was just talking about. I posted a video on my TikTok 2.5 hours ago.
Oh, I saw that the cat one, right?
Yeah, it's blowing the fuck up.
Really?
I posted it 2.5 hours ago. It's sitting at 1,003 views already.
Damn, that's awesome, dude.
Right, and it has 205 likes.
Oh, that was my next question. I was gonna be like, how many likes on it? So yeah, so
205.
Have you gained any more? Have you gained any more subscribers from 2 hours ago? Because I'm telling you, when I posted that sandcastle video, it fucking blew up. That video has been watched, I think 100,000 times. It's got 450 likes on it or some shit like that. And I gained most of my subscribers from that stupid little sandcastle video that I uploaded.
Yes, I've gotten 4 new followers since I posted this.
That's awesome, dude. Hey, congrats.
It is absolutely insane.
1,000 views? Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's getting there.
So yeah, is that like a trend going on? The cat videos?
I don't know. My sister challenged me because she saw this video. It's at the beginning of my video. I wanted to make sure I gave credit. And it's showing if you flip your hoodie around where your hoodie is facing the front.
Mm-hmm.
And you put your cat, you hold it like a baby and then put it inside your hoodie. They'll just sit there. And I did that on the video, and my sister just wanted to see me do it.
Sam's cat is the cutest kitty cat imaginable.
Her name is Yuna. She is the sweetest girl you will ever know. I can actually go get her right now.
To be honest, Sam, she hasn't gotten used to me yet. I tried to pet her twice when I was over at Sam's the last time, and she kept running away. And I looked at Sam. I'm like, Sam, does she not like me? He goes, Spears, it's not you. You're just gonna she just has to get used to people.
Yeah, cats are shy no matter what kind of cat it is.
Yeah, I was trying.
It just takes them a bit.
I was trying to show her some love, and she was not having it. She was like, "Spears, go away. I'm gonna lay under Sam's bed for an hour."
Mm-hmm. Let me go and get her real quick.
Yeah, man, get her. Get the old cat. Cute. Very, very cute. We'll say hi to Una, and then Sam will do his last 2 or his last 1 or whatever it was, and then I'll do my 10. And then we'll do the last topic, and then Fierce has got to goes. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. It's been a while since Fierce Man has had a guest on. It's been a while. It's been a minute. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen Una in quite a long time. It's been a minute.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, you're fine, dude. Take your time.
Here is my little baby Una.
Dude, she is so cute. And how old is she now?
Turning 7 months old in 4 days. 4 days now.
Well, happy birthday, Una.
She is getting there.
Sam, I gotta ask, where's her favorite spot to sleep? Is it like on the couch? Is it on the floor? Is it in your arms? Where is it?
It is actually I have a box underneath my desk, like directly underneath where the camera is.
Uh-huh.
And she loves that empty box.
So she'll just crawl in there and have a ball.
Oh, she's going to it right now.
There it is. She's like, get this stream. I'm gonna go have a nap.
Oh man, but yeah, she loves that box. I used to have my controllers and the box I brought my controllers and stuff in.
Oh yeah. I know that box.
Yeah, I emptied it out, and she just immediately hopped in and said, "It's mine now." So,
right on. That's cool. All right, so Sam, you got the last two because I've been thinking I've almost got my entire list going. So 2 to go.
I thought it was on the last one.
Okay, I didn't know if you were on number 9 or number 10. So yeah, number.
She just attacked me.
Well, that's something about cats you have to worry about. I love dogs and I love cats, but at least on dogs, you don't have to like worry about their nails being super sharp. Cats have super sharp nails.
Yeah, but she just wants attention. If she doesn't get it, then she gets upset. So
I got you. She's gonna be a YouTube star one day.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's a TikTok star right now.
Well, dude, I love in your streams. You have an actual like kitty cat cam that you cut to sometimes. Like if Sam has to use the restroom or go grab something to eat, you literally just push a button and then like Una pops up, and it's literally hilarious. I love it.
Anytime she's sleeping on my desk or around my desk, I can just change the camera and we're good to go. Keeps my viewers entertained while I'm gone.
It entertains me. I thought it was hilarious. What's up, Pixel? Pixel says, shout out to the bung. Well, bunging up to you too, buddy. Sam, I really need to explain what bung is.
You never did.
Okay, so here it is. So back in the day, I have a core group of friends back in Missouri. We're kind of like the American Pie group. Like we have done everything together since the beginning of time. We went to all the high school like football games together. We all went to prom together. Each one of us had our prom dates, everything. And Trent is without a doubt the most fucking hilarious guy you'll ever meet. Hopefully you get to meet Trent one day. I made a video about Trent, and on Sunday I should show you the video. Trent will do anything for a laugh, anything. Mm-hmm. And one day Trent just started making up all these funny little words. And it just went from one funny word to a second funny word. And one day he came in and just told me, Eric, Tom, our buddy Jesse, like, dude, I've created a whole language. And he just started saying all these funny words. And then we thought it was fucking hilarious. And then he made more of it. I'm telling you, Trent will do anything for a laugh. He once licked a piece of candy across the gym floor. And we were on the floor losing it.
Dedicated. He is a dedicated man.
We went camping one day, and he goes, Fierce. He goes, do you dare me to just like strip naked and then run across like the field where those campers are and just jump into the fucking lake? And I was like, oh yeah, go for it. And he ran across literally a field, and there's like a nice little family like having a little campfire, like roasting marshmallows and shit. And he just starts screaming at the top of his lungs, ran right through their campsite, jumped into the fucking lake, and I about died of a cardiac arrest because I was laughing so hard.
Jeez, man.
Trent will do anything. Anything. I don't know. He's probably calmed down now because now he's married and he has like 2 kids and he's got a wife. So I don't know if he will do anything now, but back in the day, he was a wild animal. Just like Fears. I've only told you a couple of Fears' funny stories from back in the day, Sam. I was a pretty crazy guy too. I once partied with Steve-O. I cracked a beer bottle over his head. And I was like,
That's some crazy shit, dude.
are you sure? And he's like, oh yeah, dude, man, fucking totally rad. Fucking bust that beer bottle over my head. And I'm like, all right. And I literally like whopped him one, and it smashed into a million pieces, and blood was like trickling down the back of his head. But
he used to be really crazy. He's toned down quite a bit now.
Well, yeah. Well, now that he's gotten sober, and dude, have you seen his girlfriend? His girlfriend is, oh my Lord. I would die a happy man if I had Steve-O's girlfriend. She's beyond hot. She's like, and she's got like a lot of things going for her. She's a model. She's a photographer. She helps Steve-O out with like all of his shows. She's cute. She's funny. She's sexy. I was like, oh man. I'm like, where is that in Fears' life? You know? Anyway, all right. So number 10, buddy.
Oh, Sonic Adventure 2.
There you go. An old classic.
Oh yeah, that one's definitely staying there. That's a game I used to play with my sister. So,
and you said you've told me, now guys, I haven't met Sam's sister yet, but you've told me all about her. She seems super sweet, and you guys have a big like bond together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You guys are super close, which I think that's really cool. I mean, me and my brother were pretty close, but me and my brother, even though we're close, we're not as close as like Sam and his sister, because I'll be honest, Sam, me and my brother are total opposites. Like, I'm like the artist of the family, and my brother, he's like the mechanical guy of the family. My brother, his type of fun is he'd love to spend the entire weekend taking apart a car and rebuilding it. You know, like, and my brother can do that. He's literally taken apart a car on a Thursday and have it rebuilt by Monday.
Jeez.
And I'm like, I look at my brother and I said, no offense, man. I love to drive cars, but I have no interest in getting like grease all over my hands and all over my body and working on a car all weekend. That's just not my type of fun. But each their own. I respect my brother. And I'm like, hey, man, if that's what makes you happy and you love it, fucking go for it, man.
Yeah. Sorry to change the topic real quick, John, but that video with Anya has now surpassed my highest viewed video.
Really? Oh, so what is it up to now?
You will not believe this, but in the last 5 minutes, it has doubled in views.
So what? It's at 2,000 now?
2,046.
Holy shit. Dude, that's awesome. Sam, wouldn't it be epic? It always happens like this. I never thought in a million years a stupid sandcastle video would get me almost 8,000 followers. What about you get like 7 or 8 like 1,000 followers over like a video of your kitty cat? How great would that be?
Dude, I couldn't be any happier, honestly. It's about time I have a breakthrough in something, you know?
Well, I mean, like your Twitch is taking off a lot.
It is.
And I'm telling you, I'll be honest, like it's weird. I always, for years and years and years and years, was only focused on YouTube. And then like, do you remember like that app Vine came out?
Mm-hmm.
Vine is basically a more crappy version of TikTok. But I used to be obsessed with Vine, and I was actually doing really good on Vine. I had like I don't know, maybe 1,000, 2,000 followers on Vine, and then all of a sudden it went away. So I was ecstatic when TikTok came out, and I was like, oh, TikTok kind of reminds me of Vine. Never in my wildest dreams. I'm actually doing better on TikTok than on my YouTube channel, but it helps. I've gained a couple of subscribers from my TikTok followers. They've kind of came over to like my YouTube channel. So it both works hand in hand, because on my TikTok, I've put my link. I put my link to my my YouTube channel. So yeah, it'll all help. So once you start getting a lot of followers on your TikTok, Sam, it will only help your Twitch and your YouTube channel. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Because I'm like Sam. I only uploaded my TikTok sparingly. Now, I will say this: I upload more than Sam, but Sam,
way more than I do.
every time you upload a video, though, it's genius. It gets a lot of views. Like the two videos of me and you hanging out, the one in the car and then the one at Miniature Golf, they've got like tons of views. Like those have got, I think, like 1,000 views each, right? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact number, but it's somewhere around there.
Yeah. I always like to put effort into everything I post. So
Yeah,
that's why I don't post very often, because I like to make sure it's something I'm proud of and can look back out on with, like, I did my best, you know?
the way I work is it's a mixture of both. Sometimes I'll just post something just to post because I'm like, oh shit, I haven't posted a TikTok video in 2 weeks. I better throw something up.
Mm-hmm.
Other times I'll be like, oh, I've got an idea. And I'll put more effort into that. I probably should take your advice and put effort into every single video. It just depends on my mood.
Yeah.
That's
I
one,
mean,
that's one thing. That's one thing I'm working on. Sometimes I've got a lot of confidence and I'm like, all right, this is going to be the best fucking epic video of all time. And other times I've told my fans this before. One time before I posted a video, I re-edited it 15 times. I just kept looking at it. I'm like, this is fucking crap. This is garbage. And I'm like, yep, time to start over. And I really edited it like 15 times. So I'm my worst own critic, Sam.
I've been there. I made a Kingdom Hearts video that took me 2 weeks to make, and it turns out like it should have taken like a quarter of that time had I have just stopped criticizing myself.
Exactly. And I get that video that I edited 15 times, probably the third edit was probably fine. Maybe the second edit was fine. Not 15 times re-editing the same damn shit, you know?
Yeah, absolutely not. That's a huge issue I face too.
But I'll be honest, because I edited it 15 times, it got a lot of views. I don't remember what video it was. It was like a year or two ago, but yeah. All right, time for my 10. I'm going to put it on me just like how I put it on you. So
yeah.
All right, here we go. Give me 1 second here.
If you can figure it out.
Well, it's been a while since I've streamed, so I had to kind of brush up. All right, Sam. Now, some of these you've heard of. I don't know. Some of these you may not have heard of, but probably Sam's heard of every single one of these because let's put it out there, Sam.
I'm a gamer.
Sam plays more games than I do. So Sam already knows my very first one. Can you guess my first one, Sam?
Home Alone?
I've told you this. My favorite video game of all time. I've told you it many, 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 many times.
It's absolutely got to be Home Alone, the best game of all time.
No, it actually, that's not, it's one of my favorites, but it's not my number one top favorite. The fans know what it is because I've told my fans many times. They're probably sick and tired of me saying it. But
I know it's Super Mario Bros. 3.
Super Mario Brothers 3. Number 1, I could care less about. Number 2's all right. It's all about number 3. When I die, I'm taking Super Mario Brothers 3 with me. I'm taking Ghostbusters with me when I die, and I'm taking Super Mario Brothers 3. There he is. There's Visions. Hey, Visions, check this out, buddy. I got the Randall Cup, dude. Sam made this for me.
Oh.
Visions, where's the Sam love? When is Sam going to get his own mug? I want Sam's face all over this mug, buddy.
No rushing on that Exhumed Visions. You don't have to, man. It's fine.
Fears is a promotional whore. I will promote myself. I will promote my friends. When is Fears going to get a Fears mug, you son of a bitch? Like, I want Fears all over this mug. I want a Fears vlog mug. Get with it, buddy. No, I'm just joking. I don't care. Visions, do whatever you want. It's your website. Visions, you know what? Visions, you know what he's thinking right now, Sam? Visions is like, hey, Fears, guess what? Good news. Good news, sport. It's my fucking business. It's my fucking website. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm just playing. Visions knows I'm kidding around. I do enjoy, though. Every couple of months he makes a mug and it's fucking genius. When he's spraying the Randall mug on me, literally, Sam, I was on the floor right here. I was fucking dying. I was literally on the floor losing my mind. And I was losing my shit. He goes, oh, Fears. He goes, you're gonna love my newest mug. And I went, yeah. And he sprang it on me. And I was dying. I was like, that's the fucking. I said, probably the Randall mug is even 10 times more epic than I love the Fears Man mug, but I never thought in a million years one of my best friends would be on a fucking mug, and I lost my mind. It was great. Vision says, hey, Fears, guess what? Sleepaway Camp. Oh, it's coming, buddy. Don't worry. It's coming. All right, so number 1, Sam, has to be with all time. I've played Super Mario Brothers 3 more of my childhood than I should have. It was if it was not every day, it was almost every day on that game. Me and my friends got sick of me talking about it. My friends got sick of me playing it. And I was like, how can you deny that game? There's not one frame in that game that I do not like. So, that's probably the first one. A lot of mine are going to be older games because I grew up with them. And let's put it out there. I'm older than Sam. Sam, when do you turn 25? I forgot to ask.
February 26th.
So it's next. It's
next year.
Okay. Well, we got to do something epic for your 25th birthday, buddy.
I'm down.
I wish I could remember my 25th birthday, but Fears was in college, and so there was a lot of drinking, and there was a lot of women, and there was a lot of crazy shit going on.
With the way we keep holding up Desertland, we'll probably do it for my 25th birthday.
Not that I don't want to go, buddy. I just got to pay the bills, and I got to find a better job, and yeah. But it will happen. The fans are going to love Desertland because when I found out about that place, Sam, it's pretty epic. Pretty epic. So number one, let's put it out there. Number one, Super Mario Brothers 3. Number two, I got to say, I love Pac-Man. Pac-Man, number two. Oh, wait. How many Pac-Mans are there? There's Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man. So I love
Mrs. Pac-Man is better in every way.
Mrs. Pac-Man is, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't really care because the only difference between Mrs. Pac-Man and Pac-Man is she's got a little bow. So
no. There is actually a difference.
There is?
Yeah, Mrs. Pac-Man is way faster and the AI of the ghosts are smarter. The ghosts will chase you a lot harder.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, any version of Pac-Man I love. So that's number two. Number three, Pong. That's the very first game I ever played. It was on my dad's Atari. And my dad said, John, I don't want my Atari anymore. He's like, you and your brother can have it. And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. And the way my dad said when he bought it, a game came with it. And it was like a dual game. I think he said he said Space Invaders came with it and Pong.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember playing Pong. That was my very first game I ever played. So Pong would probably be number three. I love Pong. Number four, I love. I could play it all day, every day, Sam. I love Tetris. That would probably be number four. And it's going to be really hard to pick 10. Number four is Tetris. Number five, anything Resident Evil. Anything. I know that covers a lot, but
all Resident Evils are number 5.
Yeah, all Resident Evils are number 5. But if I had to just pick one Resident Evil, it's got to be number 4. Number 4. Because my favorite video game character of all time is in that game. And we all know
Kennedy.
No, screw Leon. It's all about that merchant, buddy. Which Sam, not only did he kill the merchant,
I slaughtered him. You
slaughtered him. You obliterated him. That merchant was looking at Sam saying, oh my God, leave my torso alone. Like, I just shot him with a rocket launcher. Sam shot him with a rocket launcher, threw grenades at him, shot him with a shotgun, was going, what else did you do to him? You threw fireballs at him?
All until I eventually died from all the extra shit.
And then I looked at you in the blog and I'm like, you committed suicide over the merchant. And you're like, dude, he had it coming. I was like, I know he had it coming. He's the fucking
he deserved it.
Through the merchant, you know? So that would which number are we on? Is that number 5?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, so anything Resident Evil. Number 6, I love Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. Super Mario World. Number 7 would probably be UN Squadron. I love UN Squadron. I got Sam into it. Sam, that's probably one of my that's probably your favorite game that you and me have both played together.
I'm surprised GoldenEye hasn't been on the list yet.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. So that was number 7. So UN Squadron. Is it possible? Do you think me and you by the end of the year will beat that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I really want to beat it. I really want to beat that game. Because I'll be honest, I have no idea what the end is. Me and my brother have gotten close. But we just ran out of lives, and once you run out, that's it. But Sam has got it rigged on his computer. Doesn't matter what old game you play, you can just get infinity lives. Which is great, Sam. Jason's here. He says, Fears, Sam, Visions, Pixels, Audience. Right on, Jason. Covering all your basics, buddy. Now, Sam, Jason's an old film school buddy.
Oh, okay. You know him personally?
I do. We haven't hung out in quite a long time because he's from Arizona, and I used to live there for school, and I lived there like 1 or 2 years after film school. But yeah, we're good buddies. And then we kind of had a falling out, and now we're back, and slowly but surely we're regenerating that friendship. But Jason is a cool guy. Jason goes to a lot of toy shows and toy cons just like I do. And he just did his first show where he was actually selling shit, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. What is he selling?
I hope Jason made a lot of money at that show. Jason, how well did you do? Did you do pretty good at the show? You never told me. Did you make decent money? Jason said they did a Bill and Ted screening last night in the parking lot of the Circle. They filmed the movie at. Oh, that's fucking cool. Yeah, it's because Sam, they actually did film the first Bill and Ted. Some of it was in California and some of it was in Arizona. You know that QT, that they filmed in front of like where they meet Rufio, what is it? What's that? Rufus for the first time.
Oh yeah,
that's in Arizona. I've been to that QT. I know exactly where it is. And then when I was in film school, there was a girl that worked on the set. And we were filming like our last like senior project, and it was like and our last senior project was in college. Our short film was called 5150. I still need to edit my version of 5150. That's how Fears. I get lazy sometimes. I've still got that footage on my hard drive, and I haven't touched it in years. So one day you guys will see the premiere of 5150 at some point. But that girl was like she came up to me and she goes, Fears, you know how much you love Bill and Ted? I was like, I fucking love Bill and Ted. I'm like, any variation of Bill and Ted, even the shitty TV version, I love. And they didn't even use Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. I love it all. She goes, it's funny that you mention it because I worked on the set. And I was like, yeah, right. And she goes, oh, Fears, you don't believe me? I was like, no way. She goes, well, I'll bring evidence. So I've shown these pictures to the fans before, Sam. The next day, she comes to the set. We're setting up for the first, like the second or the third shot. She goes, hey, Fears, check out these behind-the-scene photos. She's got pictures of her with like Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves and the guy that played Rufus. And I was like, holy shit, she was not kidding. So she was all in the background. It was great.
That's really cool.
So yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So, and then she said, well, Fears, if you love it so much, I'll make you a copy. So, she made me a copy of not all the photos, but some of the photos. But that's pretty cool, Jason. Now, Jason, did you go to that screening? Did you go to the screening? And I hope Jason filmed the vlog there, like when he went to that screening. Hopefully. Sam, what number are we on?
6, I believe.
Okay. Oh, no. 7 was you on Squadron. Number 8 is GoldenEye for sure. Number 9. Oh man, these last two are gonna be hard. Number 9 is definitely. I think they filmed it. I think they made this game in 2016, 2015. Ghostbusters, the video game. That one's good. And then number 10. Oh man. Oh, Castlevania.
Oh, okay. Understandable.
The very first Castlevania. Which one did we play the last time we hung out? Was that was that 2?
No, we played Super Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo.
That's right. I've never played number 4 until Sam came over last time. Is Castlevania 3 any good?
It's okay. It's kind of just a remake of the first one.
We should play that one because I've played. Now I've only played Castlevania 1 and 4. I need to play 2 and 3. So yeah.
Yeah.
Tinder Mortal says, yo.
Yo.
I thought Tinder Immortal has been here the whole time because when I first started the stream, she was at the start of it. So yeah. All right, I've gotten a lot of notifications. Randall wants to come in, so I'm gonna send him the link, and then we'll probably do the last the last topic of the day, and I'll get you and Randall's 2 cents, and then I have got to go.
This will be my first time talking to Randall.
I thought you've met Randall before.
Nope.
I thought you guys were in a stream before. I guess not.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, what better way to meet someone than on stream? So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Randall, give me a second. I'm going to send you the link right now, buddy. And I hope everybody's enjoyed the stream. We're going to do the last topic with me, Sam, and Randall. And
the Rand Man.
Well, one of these days we have got to we all got to like the three amigos, Sam, me, you, and Randall have got to hang out one day.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've told Randall all about you, Sam, and I've told Sam all about Randall. So I know one of these days we've got to work on a project together. Not just hang out. Like that's cool if we hang out, but I'd love to film a project with all three of us because the only problem with my friends back in Missouri, Sam, they're not really film guys like us. Like Trent, Tom, and Jesse and Eric. The only time we filmed something is when we were kids. We did like our own version of Jackass. And because Eric and all those guys love Jackass, they were into the project. But I was like, hey, you guys want to shoot a short film after we finish doing our Jackass film? And they're like, no, Fierce, we're good. Like you're the film guy. You stick with it. And I was like, okay.
While you're getting the link to Randall, I'm going to chug some water.
Oh, are you still on the water diet, buddy? How's that going?
Well, I got off of it a little bit because depression hit me hard, and I just wanted to mess up my body a little bit. But now I'm getting back on it. And
well, see, that's what happened to me. I think that's where all the weight came from. I got really depressed over a whole bunch of shit, and then Fears just kept eating away, and it went from 1 pizza to 2 pizzas to 4 pizzas to 10 pizzas, and all of a sudden, Fears was 215 pounds, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" So I'm trying to get the old weight under control. But yeah, that's my top 10 favorite. And once Randall gets in here, we'll do his top 10. And there we are. So here, let me pull it off of me. And we'll get all three of us in here. Yo, Randall. What up, buddy? Welcome to the show, Randall. Randall, Sam, Randall.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I am doing way better now.
My 2 buddies meet at last. So, Randall, what do you think?
Pretty good. I like it. I like it.
So, Randall, how have you been?
Horrible. Things have been pretty bad recently.
What's going on?
Did you Bobo Fett pegged it? Mrs. Pac-Man got divorced from Mr. Pac-Man. Now she's just Miss Pac-Man.
What?
Yeah. Apparently he was too addicted to PAX, so yeah, he left him.
Damn him.
He liked going to PAX East.
You should have more on your relationship, you whore.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just joking. So, Randall, before we go into the last topic, Sam did his top 10 favorite video games. I did my top 10 favorite. I'm gonna click on you. Give us your top 10 favorite video games of all time.
Oh, right off the bat? Okay.
Yes.
Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 7, Super Mario 1, 2, 3. So there we go. Yeah.
Nice.
That was easy to pick.
I'm just kidding. I've never even played Resident Evil, honestly.
How dare you speak those words?
I'll give you my top 3. All right.
You can't.
Metroid number 1.
You can't pick.
Killer Instinct number 2, and Mortal Kombat number 3. This is my top.
Mad respect to all 3 of those.
Yep.
You know, I forgot about Mortal Kombat. I do like Mortal Kombat, but I don't know if it's in my top 10. But I do love Mortal Kombat. All right, so pick 7 more, Randall. We all did. Yeah, we all did our top 10. So those were your first 3.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
Ooh, all right.
Nice.
Tetris is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Kart.
Oh, that's a good one that I forgot about.
Yeah. Super Metroid, which is the sequel to Metroid. Killer Instinct 1. I already said Killer Instinct 2. Killer Instinct 1 is pretty good. Perfect Dark.
Wow, I don't hear
Put me on the
Perfect Dark
spot here.
mentioned
Street
yet.
Fighter 2 Turbo.
Hey.
And yeah. And then Mortal Kombat 3.
Nice.
So there we go.
Those are some good ones, buddy.
Those are classics. Yeah, those are all classics.
I had a lot of classics, but Pixel says, Fierce, how the heck did you forget about Mortal Kombat? It's not that I didn't forget about it. It was very hard to pick 10. And Randall hates when I do a classic Fears like answer where I'm like,
I like this and I like that
love
too.
this, I love that. It's a split between this and it's a split between that. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to pick 10. I'm going to pick.
Yeah, because favorite means that you pick one thing above all the rest. You can't have 2 favorites. You know, you can have a first place favorite and a second place favorite. But when you say something's your favorite, that means you like it to the exclusion of everything else.
And I'll be honest,
you can't have like 5 or 6 favorites all.
Anytime I've done that, Randall, it's not that I wanted to. It's just that topic, whatever we were talking about, Sam, it was very hard to pick between the 2. But yeah, how could I forget about Mortal Kombat and Mario Kart? Because me and Sam, last time we hung out, we played some Mario Kart.
Tender Immortal has it correct. Yes, Black Orchid from Killer Instinct was indeed a hot
slut.
Salute.
Yes. Oh, I remember. I remember. Fear.
I remember they put a lot of emphasis on the bouncing of her boobs as she like stands.
Why?
You're just like, yeah. All right. Yep.
Well, she also had that pose where she was like stretched out with her chest way out there and stuff. Like,
and she also basically wore a bikini the entire time.
I posed this question: why wouldn't they focus a lot on their boobies bouncing up and down?
I do not know. That was the thing about Metroid. Metroid. If you finish the game, if it took you an hour or longer to finish the game, at the end they showed you Sheamus with her full suit on. But if you finish the game in under 30 minutes, they showed Sheamus in a bikini. And then, like, if you finished it in under like 20 minutes, they showed it with like a string bikini. So, you know, gave you a little extra motivation to wrap it up quickly there.
Okay, I have to ask you guys a question because I have no idea what Pixel's talking about. He says Fears likes Custer's Revenge. Is that a video game? I don't know what the hell he's on.
I think that's Donkey Kong Country. I think Custer was the old Donkey Kong. So
I do like Donkey Kong, but I don't know what character he's on about.
You know what's crazy, Fears, is you could actually ask Pixel what he means. Hey, Pixel, what do you mean?
Well, I actually know what Custer's Revenge is only because it's from Angry Video Game Nerd. He did a video on adult themed what was it, Atari games, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's the first ever porn game ever made.
I've never heard of that.
At least I believe so.
Listen, if it's got Kylie Myers or Dillian Harper in it, I'm all for it. If it doesn't, then I could care the heck less about it.
Well, it's an Atari game, so it's got no one in it visually, but
okay. And I don't care about
it. Yeah, you do, Fears. You just don't realize
it. Make me realize it, Randall. Let's find out. No, I've never heard of it, Pixel. I have no idea. So yeah, but it sounds interesting. I had no idea.
It's an adult video game.
Is it actually a video game about porn?
Let me look it up real quick.
I mean, I could care less about it. I'm now. My curiosity is sparked. So I'm just curious what it is. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There it is. Yeah, it's absolutely you plowing an Indian girl. A Native American girl, I should say.
Wow.
Let me just send you the box art, not the game.
He's gonna send you the box art, Fears. Just hold on.
Art on Facebook, and I'll have a look at it after the stream is done. But wow, here, let's have a look real quick.
that should be enough to give you an idea of what the game is.
I can't wait till the end of the stream. Let's just have a little look see here. Oh wow. Wow. I thought he was making this up. This is an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
So-
It's like the first ever adult video game.
So it's some guy with a hat on. He's all like that. And then it's a girl like in a red dress and she's all like, wow.
And the video game is literally just you going over to her and sex happens.
So a high quality video game, right?
High quality Atari sex, yes.
Wow.
And it's Atari, which basically means it's Moonanite level graphics. You know, it's like boxes and squares, like going bump, bump,
Yeah.
bump,
8
bump.
lines running into 8
figures,
smaller
8
lines.
going at it.
Yeah.
Again, I say again, a high quality video game. So yeah. Pixel never ceases to amaze me. He finds this hilarious random crap on the internet, and
Mhm.
I'm impressed, Pixel. I never thought that was a thing. Yeah. All right. So Randall, update everybody. What have you been up to? I told them that we're still working on Fears Man 5. I told them you've been working on a few scripts. What else has been going on?
Yeah, just working on a few scripts, getting that moolah.
That movie. Oh, Randall, by the way, I think I'm gonna get you one of these for as a Christmas present.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy you.
Randall mug.
Yeah, it is Randall. I gotta get him his own mug. So yeah, I will talk. I will talk to Exhumed Visions around Christmas time, and hopefully we can make it happen.
Look at the mug on this guy.
Randall, I posed this question to Exhumed Visions. I was like, where in the absolute hell is Sam's mug? Where's a Samuel Egotistical Commando mug?
And I was like, it's a fine. We don't have to.
Now,
make
why
a
did you
Sam
choose the name Egotistical Commando?
Well, that's a was for Sam. Go ahead.
Okay, so Commando is a name I've had since 2013. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 had a gun called the Commando. It was my favorite gun in the game, and I played the hell out of that game, so I just named myself after my favorite gun. Egotistic Commando came to being when I started streaming, and it just sort of happened. I just started treating my chat like they were the worst things in existence. and they started saying my ego was getting the best of me and stuff. And like over time, that just became my personality online, where I just treat my viewers like trash and they just love it. I don't know why they do.
Now, is that changed? Do you still treat them like hot garbage, or have you kind of cooled off on it?
Only my dedicated fans at this point, I treat them like trash.
All right. If you were a cartoon character, what would you look like?
If I were a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Are you saying we can be any cartoon character, or
No, I'm saying like when I draw you into the cartoon, what do you want to look like?
This is a little on the spot. I was not ready for this kind of a question.
Oh, you mean like for Cameo Man or okay. I thought you meant like pick any cartoon character, and I was like, if I could be one, I would love to be like Bugs Bunny, because Bugs Bunny is fucking hilarious, and he's a smart ass, and he's always getting into trouble, and I've loved Bugs Bunny ever since I was a kid. But no, you meant for like Cameo Man and Fears Man. So
yeah, we'll get you in the cartoon, Sam.
Good question, because we gotta get you in an episode.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like I'm wearing like camo gear, like a commando and stuff, and I'm looking a little bit like Guile from Street Fighter, but like my hair's like black instead.
Well, Randall's a good artist. Randall's a good artist. We'll make you whatever character you want, but we'll make it look like Sam. But do you want to be like? I think Randall's asking. Do you want to be like a villain? Do you want to be a good guy? Like, what type of character do you want to be?
No, I'm asking him what he looks like. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking like absolutely,
like Guile.
Sort of Guile looking like from Street Fighter, where I got the camo gear on stuff. Like I got the tank top on, the green one and stuff. But like I got like black hair, and it's like kind of like parted to the side and stuff a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I keep my hair whenever it's growing up.
Do you want the face to look like yours?
Yeah, but with like a little bit more of facial hair going on.
Okay.
You know how my hair looks when it grows out a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So John can keep you
Wait, I don't think
updated
you've
on
ever,
that.
I don't think I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sam. I don't think you've ever seen Sam with long hair. Like when we first started working together, Sam's hair was long. I mean, long,
Very long.
like curling and then like curling up.
My bangs went down to here and stuff.
Yeah.
I go 8 months between haircuts, so
Yeah.
I
Tinder,
go 9 months between pregnancies. Just kidding.
Randall. I thought we were best friends, and you told me everything.
I've been lying to you, Fears. I've been 9 months pregnant for 5 years. Yeah.
You're leaving details out, Randall. No, I'm just joking. Tinder Immortal makes a funny little joke. She's like, Fears, Bugs Bunny in a dress. That's the only version of Bugs Bunny that I don't like. Bugs Bunny, what are you thinking? No, he's funny. Bugs Bunny's a classic character. He's hilarious. He was even in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Man.
Bugs Bunny is cool, and he occasionally murders people.
Yeah, which is the best part about it.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, but yeah, he actually does.
Yeah, he just like blows people away. I don't know how he does it, but he'll like jump in his hole, and like Elmer Fudd will stick his rifle down in the hole, and the rifle will come out of the knot of a hole in a tree, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and shoot, Doc." And then Elmer Fudd shoots, and it blasts him in the back of the head.
Randall, good news. Randall knows Richie, Sam. I've just introduced Sam to Richie. Richie just said, "Hey guys, Bugs Bunny in a dress challenge completed." I can't wait to see that challenge, Richie, on your YouTube channel. Get on it. I can't wait to see that. No, but so do you want to be a good guy, Sam, in the cartoon, or a villain?
I like to imagine, and we talked about this on back when we were in security together.
We did.
If I were to be a hero or just like a character in your comics, I like to imagine that I'm a hero of a different city who comes by intermittently, like during your adventures and stuff.
So to like help Fears Man out.
Yeah.
Well, in Fears Man 5, we kind of did that, Randall. So like Randall's superheroes are Cameo Man and Cameo Kid. Randall voices Cameo Man. I voice Cameo Kid. And I said, Randall, in the next episode, I don't care how we get Cameo Man in there and Cameo Kid in there. And really, Cameo Kid, he's not a kid. He's like, what? He's 18, right, Randall?
Well, for a long time, he was 16. I kind of like, decided to keep him at the same age for like forever. Kind of like Bart Simpson and Lisa Simpson and Maggie Simpson. They're just like stuck at that age. And, obviously I need Cameo Kid to drive people around. So he's at least 16. So
he's somewhere between 16 and 18. So I voiced that character, Sam. And every once in a while, me and Randall will do like we'll do like what is it? What is it called, Randall? Like when you
Cameo Man Confessions.
No. It's like when two cartoon characters mix in other like crossover. So we a few times through me and Randall's friendship, Sam, we've done crossover episodes where Fierce Man is just flown right in the background of a Cameo Man cartoon. And then I said, Randall, we've never had our two cartoon characters meet. I said, Fierce Man's always been in the background. I said, or Cameo Man's just, driving his Cameo Man van, like in the background of a Fierce Man episode, something. And so in this episode, Cameo Man and Cameo Kid actually help out Fierce Man hunt down Black Aldrin, and they find out Black Aldrin's where his secret base is, basically. But yeah, so we'll try to get you in episode 6 or episode 7, Sam. So
looking forward to it.
We'll all sit down, me, you, and Randall. We'll write a script out. We'll bang something out.
Sounds like fun, man.
Now, do you want to be a reoccurring character? Or do you just want like a one-off type of thing?
Like a reoccurring character, but like once in a while, like
that's cool.
Coming back like every couple of issues.
That's cool, man. That's cool. And I like that you're sticking to your roots and doing the commando thing. Because I asked Randall, I said, me and Sam, like when we first became friends, I asked him the same question. I said, where did this egotistical commando name came from? And he basically told me the same story he told you, Randall.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, one day, Fear, I just like started treating like my fans like hot garbage. And I was like, right on. All right, so let's do the last topic, and then I've got to go because I've said I've got to go about an hour and a half ago. So I got to get going soon. But Randall, it's good that you popped up. So the last topic of the day is conversation starters. I wanted to talk about this because when I was young, I had no problem starting a conversation. I would say when it comes to girls, I'm a little bit more shy, and sometimes it's hard to have a conversation, like starting a conversation with a girl. So I just wanted your opinion, Sam, and Randall's opinion. What are some good conversation starters to start a conversation with, not just girls, anyone? Like, what are some good topics to start with when you're trying to get to know someone, you're meeting someone for the first time, and meeting someone, whether it's a girl or a guy, doesn't matter who. It's always hard to like, well, how do I start a friendship or a bond when I don't know much about the person, and how do I start a conversation? So like, I wanted your guys' views on that. Like, how do you guys start it? How do I start it? So we'll start with Randall. Randall, when you're meeting someone for the first time, whether it's a guy or a girl, what are some conversation starters that you start with?
Well, I typically ask them where they're from, and if they're from Florida, I ask them how long they've been in Florida, and then if they're like from Des Moines or Delaware or something like that, I'll ask them what fun stuff is there to do in Delaware, and they're like, oh, there's such and such you can do and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then Sam, what do you usually start with?
I usually start with, shockingly enough, I ask them like, what kind of music are they into, or what kind of what's their favorite hobby? You know,
those are two good questions.
Because everyone listens to something, or everyone has a thing that they do on the side. You know, so like it's always just good to ask them like, hey, what's your favorite activities? You know, maybe we have something in common, and we can work with that.
Nice. Yeah. I'll be honest, I do a little bit of what Randall said and what Sam said. I do start with, hi, my name is John. How are you? Where are you from? What are you into? But then, Sam, I have asked them, well, what are some of your hobbies? Like, are you more of a music guy or a movie guy, you know?
I mean, literally our first conversation between you and me was just about our film, like what we would like to, you know, film and stuff like that. So,
that was a big thing. I was like, whenever I become friends with someone, it's not that I don't like music. I do like music, but I'm obsessed with movies. So I was like, anyone that I hang out with, hopefully they like movies because I'm going to talk about movies a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm. So that goes to our hobbies instead of music. So there's always that second option.
Yeah. And
then another one that I like to use is, you know, and this is kind of like what they call an opinion opener. And I used to ask people this a lot when I was doing short films and stuff. I go, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite scene from that movie and why? Sam, go.
Jurassic Park. And my favorite scene from Jurassic Park is when Jeff Goldblum is in the office telling them that the power they're wielding is too much for them. And they can't control that.
That's when they're eating lunch, right?
Yeah.
That one's a good scene.
Mm-hmm.
Good scene. Because the lawyer is like, well, wait a minute. He goes, we haven't even seen the park yet. And he goes, if I may, he goes, I'll tell you the problem about the scientific stuff using it. It didn't take any discipline to obtain it. He goes, you know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step, and then he's like, you don't take any responsibility for it, and he just goes into this tangent.
He roasts them, man.
Well, he roasts them beyond belief. So yeah. All right.
Favorite character in that movie too. I love him so much.
Fucking Jeff Goldblum. He's fucking hilarious. That guy is great. That is great. All right, Randall, answer your own questions. The ones that you just posed to Sam.
My own question, my favorite movie, my favorite scene from that movie, and why?
Yes.
I would have to say my favorite movie is The Dark Knight, number one. My favorite scene in that movie is it's part of the montage, Bruce Wayne is at the party, and then suddenly at all the same time things start happening, at the party, the Joker shows up. At the judge's house, the police's cars explode, and then when they go to the judge, Commissioner Gordon goes to the police commissioner. He goes, "Commissioner, they got your DNA. I don't know how they did it, but they got it." I was like, "You know how I solve these things, Gordon?" And he's like, "No, we really need to get you out of here. We need to go. We need to leave. I solved this with a nice cup of Joe." And then he drinks it, and then it cuts away. And then it goes back to the judge scene, back to the Bruce Wayne scene. And then when it cuts back to the commissioner, you see that the glass is on the table and the glass has acid in it and the acid is eating away. And I thought, holy shit, that is a brutal scene. And I just thought it was shocking. It really affected me. I was like, holy shit.
You have no idea.
He just drank acid.
Randall loves any variation of Batman.
Yeah.
That's his favorite superhero of all time. So if you look at Fears Man, there's aspects of Batman in it and Superman.
Well, in Fears Man, there's a lot of more aspects than Superman. And then in Cameo Man, we have more aspects of Batman.
But like I said, in Fears Man, there's both. There's mainly Superman because Superman's my favorite superhero of all time. I love Superman.
Yeah, and like Superman and Batman, Superman has powers Batman doesn't, and same thing for Cameo Man. Cameo Man is a superhero, but like Batman, he doesn't have any actual powers.
Yeah, and I love Batman. Batman is probably my second favorite superhero.
Yeah.
And then if I had to pick a third one, I fucking love Iron Man. I love Iron Man.
And I think Fears shares our top three: Superman, Batman, and Iron Man. Although I put Batman first. Fears put Superman first.
It would probably for me. It would go Superman first, then Iron Man, then Batman. That because Tony Stark is actually more richer than Bruce Wayne.
Yes, we looked this up. He is.
Randall figured this out.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne has $9 billion, but Tony Stark has hundreds of billions, if not trillions.
Yeah.
In some universes, he owns the entire world, but
yeah.
Plus, I'll be honest. I personally think Iron Man's suit looks way cooler than the Bat suit. That's just me.
Depends on which one. Like from the Arkham video games and stuff. He looks so good.
Yeah, Batman's got some cool shit, but one of the most best scenes in the Iron Man is all those soldiers took those kids and those women hostage, and then he's about to shoot them with the beams that come out of his hands, and they're and they're just saying stuff in whatever language they are, and then all of a sudden he powers down, and all of a sudden these little guns, Sam, pop out of Iron Man's shoulders and just shoots all of the bad guys, and they all fall down in one shot, and then he saves 5 or 6 kids and 5 or 6 women and their husbands and shit. And it's literally one shot. You know what scene I'm talking about? In the first
Iron Man? Yeah.
So it cuts to inside his helmet, and he's arming the little guns that pop out of his shoulders. And it puts a target on all the bad guys. And there's 8 bad guys. And they're all they're holding women and children hostage. And
not just women and children. It's a 2-for-1 deal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Shut up, Randall. Hilarious. And then literally in one shot, bam, they all fall down and die. All the bad guys. Yeah. Now to answer Randall's question, I'm very predictable. My favorite movie of all time is Ghostbusters. Everybody knows that. Why I like it? It's just the writing is so good. The filming is so good. There's not one scene that I don't like in the whole film. It's a perfect movie in my eyes. It's funny. It's scary. It's got a mixture of both. My favorite actor wrote it. He's got all of his friends in it. And if I ever became a movie star, I would just fill all my movies with my friends. So Sam would be in my films. Randall would be in my films. Eric would be in my films. Trent would be in the background going fucking nuts as he always does.
Richie Wright would be in there somewhere.
Oh, Richie would be in there. I don't know how. He'd probably be jumping through a river or doing his mud challenges like he always does. I'll tell you about that later, Sam.
Pixel would be in there somewhere.
Pixel would be in there. Tinder Immortal, all of them. I'd get every single one of them in there. Me killing Black Aldrin with a hacksaw, all that.
We don't actually dislike Black Aldrin.
I love Black Aldrin. I love Black Aldrin.
Yeah, he's great.
Randall, who would have thought the very first troll would make one of the greatest Fears Man villains of all time?
I do not know.
Anyway, my favorite scene in Ghostbusters, that's a hard one. So I'm just going to pick one of my favorite scenes because, like I said, I love every single scene. It's a quick scene, Sam. It's when Winston Zeddemore, he first gets hired. Like he goes for an interview and then he gets hired. And then like Dan Aykroyd's character says, hey, can you help me with this equipment? And he gives all the equipment, all the traps to Winston. And then he shows Winston how to put the trap in the containment unit. And it's just the whole paragraph. Dan Aykroyd is really good at memorizing like technical like monologues. And he says it super quick. He's like, these are like the entities and the Slimers that we trap. He's like, simple trap, really. He goes, open, unlock the system. He's like, insert the trap, close, lock the system. And he's like, you got your entry grid, neutralize your field. And he goes, when the light is green, the trap is clean. And he goes, the ghost is incarcerated here in our custom-made storage facility. And he says it so quick and it's so precise and it's fucking hilarious. And that's probably one of my favorite scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But all right. Well, I've got a skedaddle. But it's been
No, you don't.
Oh, real quick. Let's answer Tinder Immortal's question. She said, what about like when you meet a girl? Like how do you start conversations with a girl?
Let Sam go first. He's probably more knowledgeable than I.
The youngest person here. All right. Okay. I see how it is.
I mean, I don't care who goes first, just,
Honestly, I don't really do anything different because the way I treat a girl, if you treat a girl exactly the way you treat anyone else, that's usually just how you get along the best. If you find that you have a lot of similar interests and all that stuff right off the bat, you'll be talking for hours.
Yeah,
so
I would agree with that. I try and find common interests. Like if I'm on a date, or not even on a date, like if you're just friends with a girl, I always try and find a common interest. Like if I'm if I'm becoming friends with a guy, like Sam said, look for a common interest. Oh, Fears likes movies. I like movies. Let's start with that.
Oh, you like breathing? Me too. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So do I. I love air, man. I love air. But
the easiest topic is always bringing up food or something.
Well, girls love. I mean, guys love food too, but girls love. Like my ex-girlfriend, she loves food. Like she loves she loves to cook. So whenever I started dating her, I'm just using her as an example because that's the last girl I dated. She's her parent. I mean, her family roots are in Italian, so we talked a lot about Italian food. She goes, "Do you like Italian food?" I said, "I love pizza. I love spaghetti. I love fettuccine. Blah blah blah." I said, "There's certain things I can't eat, in Italian because Italians use a lot of cheese, so I have to weasel my way through some of those dishes, But yeah, Randall, anything to add when you're trying to get to know a girl? Do you do anything different, or would you agree with me and Sam, or what's your 2 cents?
There's 2 questions that I typically start out with. Depending on like where it is, I'll start out with something related to the surroundings, like, oh, how'd you find this place? How long you been coming here? Stuff like that. And then as I go on into what they say, if I go, so what do you do? Or what's your passion? Find out what they're passionate about. And if you don't find that, you figure out what they do. So.
And like, I would agree with that too. Like, I'd say, and I'm sure Randall and Sam will agree with me, probably the top 3 favorite questions, anyone, not just me, to ask, whether you're on a date or you're just friends with a girl, is what do you do for a living? Mm-hmm. What are your passions? And what would be a third one, Sam? I had 2, and I was like, wait a minute, I just said 3. So I'm like, I couldn't think of 3. So I'm like, I'll let Sam or Randall pick the third one. But those 2 are, I mean, I've used those so many times on a date or just being friends with a girl. Hey, what do you do for a living? And hey, what are your passions?
Mm-hmm. A third one?
Yeah, what would be a third good question?
Favorite shows.
That's a good one. Randall, what would
Get them on a topic where you can like get them on the couch with you for a while and just watch the show or something, you know?
Randall, read. I can't. It's so great. I'll give this to Randall. Randall, read Exhumed Vision's comment. This is fucking amazing.
I asked them if they want to go home with me and play Custer's Revenge.
Exhumed Visions. How many times has that worked for you, bud?
Yeah, we have to know. Does it work at the time?
You're like, who's Custer?
flawless
You know, it's that guy that had the last stand. It was a one-night stand.
Picture this. Picture Visions actually has a girlfriend. I just picture in my mind, hey, I got this really good video game. You'll love it. You'll love it. Come home with me and play it. It'll be spectacular. It'll be fucking amazing. All of a sudden, she gets home with Visions. What the fuck is this garbage? You know?
It's like the greatest game of all time.
Greatest game of all time. How about we make that video game a reality and slip into my bedroom and let's make a few scenes of our own, you know?
Yeah.
Visions says it works every single time. Well, Visions is a Mac Daddy anyway. Yeah.
Well, John, I guess you just got to try it. Try that strategy out, man.
I mean, Visions is a good friend of mine. So at this point, you know, I'm running out of time. I'm going to be 39 this October. I'll try anything to get the new Mrs. Fears. So I'll give it a go. We'll see how it works out. I want to thank all my guests. It's been, I don't think I have had this much fun on a stream in quite a long time. Randall, it's good to see you back on a stream again.
Yep.
And as always, Sam, it's always a good time when we hang out. I told the fans we're going to hang out on Sunday, and it's probably going to be half work and half fun. So I don't know exactly what we're going to do. I told everyone we're going to work a little bit on my resume because I appreciate Sam's. Sam can get a job really quick, really fast. Plus, I wanted a younger person's perspective because I'll be honest, Sam, I've updated my resume here and there, but it's been a while. And I was like, if I can keep the old one and revamp it, that's great. Or if I need to rewrite a whole other one, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But Sam's got more experience on this. I was like, I'll ask a younger guy's perspective on this. And then I'm probably in a couple weeks going to probably start, you know, cranking out the applications. And not that I don't like security. I love it. Just, you know, I don't want to do it for my whole life, you know. Like,
same here.
I'm working on everything else. I'm working on my love life. I'm working on my faith. I'm working on, you know, keeping those good friendships. I'm working on this. And I thought, why not work on a better career, you know, move. So, yeah. Fears has the highest score in Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Oh, Lord.
I don't know that one. What's Beat 'em and Eat 'em?
Do we want to know? Bubble baths, babes rock. This is true. Anytime you can get a bubble bath with a lady, that's pretty good. That's good times. All right, Randall, go ahead and plug your stuff, and then Sam will plug his stuff, and then I'll plug my stuff, and then we will call it a day, guys. Goodbye.
I am Randall the Mandel at
Mandel. This is great.
Randall Brown at CamiMan 2021 on YouTube. Also, if you want to find me on YouTube, you can find me on The Mayor of Magic.
The Mayor of Magic. Sam, go for it.
I am Egotistic Commando. My name is up on screen right there. That is the same for my YouTube and my Twitch. Just look that up and you'll find me.
And your TikTok, right?
It is also my TikTok as well, which is still blowing up, by the way. I'm at 2,600 views on that video right now. It is going crazy.
So close to 3,000 views.
It is going absurd, dude.
That is, dude, I couldn't be more happy for it. I'm telling you, Sam, I'm making a prediction right now. The same thing that happened to that little sandcastle video that I made is going to happen with your kitty cat video. I guarantee you. Give it a week. I guarantee you, like by Sunday, let me know, Sam. When we hang out Sunday, after I get home from church, I'm going to call you and you're going to meet me at my house and we'll start hanging out. When you get to my house, let me know how many subs and how many views you've gotten from now until Sunday. I guarantee you, I bet you, I'm going to make a prediction. I bet you'll get 10 to 20 more subs, and you'll be at 3,000 views by Sunday. Guaranteed.
I'm gonna keep you posted on that because
Dude,
it's
let me
still
know.
going up.
Because like within an hour, you got 1,000 views, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "That's awesome, dude."
Just during the stream alone, it jumped up 1,500. It's been
That's
absurd.
ridiculous. I'm telling you, bro. I've talked to Randall about this before. You never know what video is gonna pop. Like some videos, you're like, that one's gonna take off. That one's gonna get 10,000 views, and then all of a sudden, I've been wrong, and I'm like, oh wow, shit, that only got 500 views. And then I never thought in a million years that little sandcastle video would get thousands of views, and it got thousands of views. And I'm like, why is this getting like thousands and thousands of views? It's just me walking around a circle, admiring someone's sandcastle, you know. Like someone, I remember, this is exactly what happened, Sam. They were about to leave. It was a family that made this sandcastle, and I came onto the beach, and I just gave credit where credit is due. I said, that's a pretty epic sandcastle. And they're like, oh, if you want to destroy it, we're leaving. I was like, I'm not going to destroy this. I said, do you mind if I make a video? And they're like, yeah, go for it. I literally walked around and said, hey, guys, check out this awesome sandcastle. That family over there made it. Blah, blah, blah. It's an epic sandcastle. I'm just giving credit where credit is due. Next day, thousands of views. Crazy. But yeah, let me know by Sunday, buddy. And as always, I'm the Fears Man. Check me out at FearsMan26 on YouTube. Fears Vlogs on YouTube. And my TikTok is FearsMan26 too. Anyway, this is Fears, and this is Randall, and this is Sam, and we're out of here. Peace.
Deuces.
Deuces, motherfucker.